So I got a job at a gym. It's called Frogs back in the day in Del Mar.
Frogs?
I know, I don't know why.
Like Naked Leapfrog?
Yeah, like Naked Leapfrog.
Oh, my favorite game.
It would be your favorite game.
Okay, well, welcome back. So this next episode, I thought would be a good time to dive a little bit deeper, right? This concept came to me in the car, and I was thinking about how you post on social media like every 3 seconds.
Every 3 seconds.
Like you're a social media fiend, and you always have me on your story, which is fine. So everyone's like, oh, there's Robby with Shishana. But I feel like my friends
They're like, who's that old lady he's always hanging out
who's that old hag? Who's that blonde bitch he's always with? And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Who the fuck is Shishana? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know the dirty, the gritty. Like, I want to get into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to hit you back then.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
we're going to put you on blast. If you put me on
I'm
blast.
an open book, just like my legs. So
I was going to say just like something else, but I won't.
yeah, I already said it. So,
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah. So first things first, who the fuck are you?
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Like, okay, I guess we could be like, how the fuck did you get into real estate? Or you could just tell me a little bit about your childhood trauma. Whatever you want.
Well, there was quite a bit, but we'll save that for a different day. But you had asked me, like, why do you always post on social media?
Yeah. Let's start there. Did your love for social media happen right when Instagram came out in 2012 and you had those god-awful filters that you still use?
I love the coconut filter.
Oh, that's new. But you remember when Instagram first came out and it was like heinous? Like you put the borders around it. You put like this.
I can't even remember.
The filters that
I blocked that out.
That came on like pre-came. That came on Instagram.
That's how Deanna got you. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay, so yeah, did your love for social media start at a young age?
Okay, so my childhood, we'll go to my childhood real quick because I'm going to answer your question.
Let's go into that.
Was really interesting, right?
Really?
Yes, very interesting. I was raised with my dad, right?
Yeah.
3 kids, and my dad was a psychologist, but he taught people
a psych kid.
yeah, taught people self-hypnosis, right?
Oh shit! Did he ever like?
Yeah.
You were like,
Sit on the
you
couch.
better clean your
And I'm
room,
like,
you little dirty bad girl.
Yeah,
and then
damn.
yeah.
So instead of getting
he hypnotized you.
Yeah, instead of getting grounded when we were in trouble,
You'd have to self-reflect.
we would have to journal. For 30 minutes. Usually I got in trouble with my brother. My brother's 2 years younger than me.
Love you, Mooks.
We love Michael, but as a kid, we were like always fighting.
Really?
Always fighting. Yes.
You guys weren't as close?
No, we were
Really?
very close, but we didn't like each other.
Shut the fuck up, Michael.
Yeah, he lived to cause me
Yeah,
pain.
right. He kept you in that journal.
So I would
kept
journal.
you busy.
Yes, and I'd have to write like 5 things I love about my brother.
So it was always different. It was like, okay, today's topic.
I would stay in my room because I'm like, I can't think of anything. My dad would be like, no, you need a journal. So I got used to always describing what I was going through. So for me, social media is kind of like
The
an
full
online
180.
journal.
Oh, wow, an
Yeah.
online journal.
Yeah.
That's kind of beautiful.
Well, kind of, but
yeah,
I feel very comfortable posting every single thing I do because I'm so used to
it's beautiful.
getting punished and writing in my journal.
Your story's unfinished. I'm here to tell you that.
So that's how it's like some people don't think that way.
Yeah.
But my brain does. And it's kind of sad because I'm so hooked on social media because I love it so much that my brain thinks in posts.
I know that.
Do you do that?
No,
You
you're
don't.
a freaking psychopath.
I feel like that's normal. Does anyone else do that where your brain is like, wow, let me just talk in posts?
Oh my
Or am I the
God.
only one? Tell me if I'm the only one.
You want to be an influencer.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I wouldn't even care if there's no one that saw it. To me,
Yeah, you just
it's
want
just
to
like,
post it.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. Did
I'm
you
there
ever
for
like to like
myself.
scrapbook? I feel like that was when you were. That's like your social media growing up.
Well, having my daughter super, super young, right? We got into arts and crafts like a mofo.
Oh yeah,
So,
you were like
scrapbook after
your
scrapbook.
ass isn't getting into these drugs, and we're getting these Crayolas out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we would scrapbook like
Cool.
like no one's business.
So you've always been into like capturing memories and yeah.
Yeah. And my favorite thing to do is look at like old photos.
Really? Every time I look at an old photo, I want to throw up.
It doesn't have to be of me. It can be of anything. Okay. Like I just like the memories, right? Tracking that. I know it's kind of lame.
Yes,
feeling a little lame right now. But we did have a rule with the scrapbooks, right?
Okay. No scrapbooking after 11.
No glitter.
No glitter.
No glitter.
I know people that are afraid of glitter.
Really? That's a thing?
Because if you think about it, it can get in your eye. Imagine glitters in your eye and then it scratches your cornea.
I know people that drink glitter in their drink.
No, they don't.
They poop glitter.
Oh. I'm thinking like real glitter. That's like not a thing.
Oh, okay. No, I hate glitter.
Just not a glitter.
You can't clean it up.
Can't clean it up. It's everywhere.
Yeah. So scrapbooking, yes. Social media, I love it because to me it's like an online journal.
And it's like like you just keep record of memories. Beautiful.
Totally.
Beautiful.
Totally. And then I don't know. I think it's fun and entertaining.
Yeah, I like that too. For me, social media. And
I look better with a filter. So
there you go. For me, I think I look hideous in everything. So
you're so annoying.
It's just like, I would love to be that girl who's like really good at Instagram and is always like,
That's what you have me for.
Yeah, because I never think to like bring my phone out.
Yeah. What's kind of sad because I'm like, oh wait, don't do that. Let me get my phone. That's real.
Yeah, you're annoying.
I do that.
Yeah, she's always on her phone. Yeah, but it's
also
good.
Work.
It like keeps you.
Yeah,
keeps you.
It's my jam.
Yeah,
I love it.
So, social media does go. It's actually very good for real estate because you're always kind of like engaging with what you're doing, and it's like an unconventional job, so it's fun to see what you're up to.
Yeah,
but now you love social media. Now, if anyone knows Shishana in person, you know that she's an absolute workaholic. Like, it's kind of like in a sick way. Like, you're sick. You're sick in the head. Yeah. So, have you always been a workaholic?
Yes.
Like, you've always just been on the grind. Like, she's like, give me that fucking coin. I'm going to throw this ass for $1. It
has nothing to do with the coin, which is like the weirdest part.
That is true. You don't really care
I don't even look at the money.
Yeah,
I never do. I probably should, but I don't.
Yeah.
To me, there's like this weird like taboo with money. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Ooh, that'll be our next episode.
Maybe my dad will hypnotize me and I can find out. But yes, I've always been a workaholic. Like for me, I describe it like this weird, like in the pit of your stomach, right? That's just like, you got to keep going. You got to keep going.
Keep going. Damn, mixed in with real estate because it never ends.
It never ends. And like everyone's like, how do you work so hard? How do you do this so much? And I'm like, to me, it's just like, what else would you do? Yeah. Like, how could you do something and not do it at like full capacity? Yeah. People are like, don't you need time off? Well, when you actually enjoy it, it's okay. Yeah. Right? I mean, obviously in real estate, not everything is like so amazing all the time. But even
that does
those
come with
points,
experience. Yeah. Because when you can like just roll it off and you keep going.
Just keep going.
But that's what's crazy about real estate is that you never stop. It's you know what I mean? Like, I feel like at a regular job, you're working on this project and then it ends and then everyone goes out and celebrate, like whatever. And maybe that's how it is for deals, but like it never going. It's like,
and there's always more that you can do.
Yeah.
Always more.
It's just like boom.
Like the reflection thing every day. I'm like, okay, what could I have done differently? What could I do more of?
What could I have posted more? Crazy.
Could I have posted one more thing? Like, what did I have for dinner?
One more selfie. If I could have just shown my ass crack one more time.
I never show my back crack. Not anymore. Those are my bartending days.
Bartending. Okay, I've always wanted to be a bartender. I think I'd be amazing.
You'd be really good at it.
If real estate goes to shit.
Okay, there's no if in that.
Real estate's never going to go to shit because I'm going to be famous. I would love to. I always thought bartending would be so fun.
I loved it. I loved it. I was so great at it.
So that's what you started with. Like, would you say like, wait, what was your first job?
My first job was
sucking dick on the corner.
No. No, I may not have had Deanna if that was my first job.
Right.
So my first job was at an ice cream shop on the
beach.
Like
a cute.
No,
you were
like Cold Stone. Oh. No, nothing. I love Cold Stone. What's your favorite ice cream?
I love at Cold Stone cake batter with sprinkles. Oh, like the gayest thing you could get.
Yeah, I was gonna say they should call that the Robby.
Yeah. Gotta have it. Yeah. Just throw that shit in there in a bucket. Throw some sprinkles. Mop. Yeah. That wet ass cake batter.
Yeah. So good.
So good. Yeah. It's all pure sugar, but
it's delicious.
I like it. Yeah. What's your favorite?
At Cold Stone?
No, just ice cream.
Well, at Cold Stone.
Okay.
I like chocolate with Heath bar and raspberries. So you get like a little bit of the sour.
That's disgusting.
It's so good.
Oh.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I should try it.
Yeah.
I love Heath bar. And
It's
of course
so
you love
good.
chocolate.
Yeah, I love
Anyways, back to
I hate
okay,
you.
so you were an ice okay. I just feel like there's so many gaps.
Okay.
I'm an ice cream worker. Now I'm top real estate agent. Eat my ass. What happened in between?
Round it up. Ready? Mm-hmm. Ice cream worker.
An ice cream connoisseur.
14 years old. Got a job.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
This is early.
Yes.
Okay, hi.
Then I had my daughter super early. Deanna, we love you.
I love you, Deanna.
We love you so much.
Yeah.
Not recommending having a child when you are a child.
You know, it is what it is.
But our story's so beautiful that it's like,
I know.
it only happens once in a lifetime, though. So.
You wouldn't be where you are today without Deanna.
No, and I think that that's where my drive comes from, too. Because I'm like, you're not going to, this is what you need to do, right? You got to
And now Deanna's fucking killing it.
Yeah, she's killing it.
Yes.
And there's no
And she's
wonder.
fucking beautiful.
And she has the same drive that I have. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's in your soul. I can't even.
Yeah.
That's why when people are like lazy, I can't relate to it. I'm like,
Was that a shot at me?
yeah.
Okay, we didn't need to
People
read.
need a break every 5
Yeah.
seconds. I'm like,
Yeah, I was born more like that, but that's
yeah.
okay.
No, that's okay. Everybody's different. And
Everyone's
we love you
different.
for you, and
Yeah.
you love me for me.
Yeah, of course. Your drive, so beautiful. Okay.
This is really good.
I
by the
know,
way.
these are really fucking
These are
good.
so good. So, anyways, ice cream shop had Deanna, and
Yeah.
then of course me. I'm one of the most resourceful people you could ever meet,
Mm-hmm.
and I always want to work. So I'm like, where can I get a job where I can bring my kid?
Really? That's
Yeah.
what you were thinking?
Yep. So
Because you're so young, like, where are you going to put, like, you can't afford daycare.
yeah. So I'm like, where can I get a job where I can bring my kid, but I could still work and be around people and have a
Yeah.
good time? So I got a job at a gym. It's called Frogs back in the day in Del Mar.
Frogs?
I know. I don't know why they called it Frogs.
Like
It's
Naked
French.
Leapfrog?
Yeah, like Naked Leapfrog.
Oh, my favorite game.
It would be your favorite game.
Yeah. Yeah, I am a gamer.
Yes, you are. So I could bring Deanna to the childcare, watch the kids while the parents worked out.
You were
So
getting
cute.
paid to already watch your kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then somehow transitioned into bartending. I started bartending before I was 21 years old. I got in trouble for that. Thank you very much.
Only you would get that.
Yeah.
Do you have, like, I feel like you have to be 21 now.
I didn't really, just like everything else, I don't actually know the rules going
you
into things.
You are a
but
little
I just
snake.
am like,
You're like, I can do it.
I didn't have any experience and I didn't drink. Right?
Well, of course.
So
of course not.
I really didn't I didn't have like I can make a drink now, but
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I want a rum and Coke. What the fuck is rum? And what I know what Coke is, not that kind of Coke, but I knew
keep it PG, please. Okay, so you struggled with rum and Coke. It's literally rum and Coke.
But you never
okay.
like, and then when you think about it, like how much you put in here, how much you put in there, who cares?
For a
Everybody's
rum and
drunk.
Coke, I'm just gonna tell you right now, a rum and Coke drinker is not caring about the ratios.
Yeah, that's true. No one cares about ratios.
When I turned 21, I was getting rum and Cokes and throwing that puss.
And my favorite thing is like the most popular drink when I started bartending was like an adios motherfucker.
An adios motherfucker,
which is just
AMF.
like a plethora of a bunch of alcohols, right? So it's so easy.
And then a little curacao and a little.
You looked super cool making it because you had all the whatever, but you didn't have to know anything.
Would you get like multiple like?
Eventually, and if I wanted a job where when I had a babysitter, I could still drink, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, like if I had a babysitter, I want to like go out and have a good time.
Oh,
right?
like
so I'm always
somebody's got the kids. Yeah,
I'm always thinking of like that. Like, how can I make this the absolute best, right? That's where my brain goes. Okay, well, I can get a job that involves music, dancing,
got it,
entertaining.
You're like, if I've got the sitter, I'm going to make some money, but throw this ass and have a good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And being around drunk people is very nice because you have like a bar between you. So
there
nobody
is a little,
can like touch you and grab
a little
you.
separation.
Felt very safe.
Yeah, that's probably nice because you can
really
like
nice.
fuck around, but like no one's getting handsy.
Yeah, and then one of our club promoters opened up a mortgage place, and so that's how I got into loans. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've never known that.
Yeah, that's true.
You're
New World Mortgage.
So, the only reason you got into loans was because they needed extra. Like, you're one of the bartenders.
Yes,
and you're like, you have
so good at this.
Oh, you have a pulse. Come work at a loan office.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
that's how it all started.
And then you were the reason the housing market crashed.
No.
Because you were giving loans to
no, I ended up bouncing
literally anyone.
From like broker to broker. I ended up landing myself an excellent job in Del Mar with like an office, floor to ceiling windows.
Wait, who gave you an office?
You remember that movie? You probably wouldn't because you're 5, but was it Adventures of Babysitting? No, not Adventures of Babysitting. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Where Christina Applegate gives them a fake resume.
Okay, yes.
They hire her and she ends up being the best.
That is literally you.
That's me. That's what I did.
Wait, so you finessed your way into this office.
And everyone thought I was like this amazing top producer.
So you came
I would
in,
go into
hair
all,
up,
yeah. I would go into like all the training
me.
and listen.
You're like,
learn.
Melissa, can I get a cup of coffee? Thanks.
Yeah, so I just worked my way to the top, but it was nothing.
Worked your way to the top?
Yeah.
You lied your way to the top.
No, I lied my way through the door
Okay.
and worked my way to the top. I worked so hard.
And they give you an office?
And I would learn. Yeah, it was beautiful. Beautiful.
That's so crazy.
Shit, I saw it at that office. So it was wild. We won't get into that.
Yeah, okay, that's different.
Anyways, back then, 2008, brokers start going to jail. Stuff gets really weird. That shut down. I went back to the bars. And
They said, come back home, sweetie.
Come back home.
Come here,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, you can have a little bit.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was
So you
great.
were like, shh,
Yeah.
back to the AMFs.
Yeah.
You said, adios.
Peace out.
Okay.
And then it transitioned into real estate.
Into a drinking problem.
No. I don't have a drinking problem.
Yeah,
You do.
okay. That's not me, too. Okay.
But I will say, like, I've been in the industry since 2003, right?
You've been in
the industry since 2003. Started from the very bottom. Didn't know shit.
Right.
Right? Thought a credit card was a gift card.
What do you mean?
Thank you, Maricosta.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Did you ever go to college and they have the people?
Did you ever go to college?
At my college.
At my college, they were giving gift cards out.
They would have the spinny wheel where you get to spin the wheel.
For what?
If you sign up for the credit card.
Okay. And you thought it was a gift card.
I thought it was a gift card. But I got a free
this is
shirt.
you selling your house.
This was a long time ago.
Right,
Now college
right.
educated and a broker.
Wow, good for you. It's beautiful. Did you spend those credit cards?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Said,
She's still using those credit cards.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I still have student loans a little bit, but that's okay. Anyways, not to go down that rabbit hole, but I've been selling real estate for 6 years in Temecula.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Started from the bottom.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yes. Okay. Just like Drake, right? Drake, I love Drake.
Oh.
And people always say, like, how did you go from nothing, literally
zero
nothing,
to hero?
I wouldn't say hero, but owning a brokerage, having 26 plus agents on the team, having operations manager, having all of these things. How did you do that? Right? I get that question all the time. Yeah. How did that happen?
How did you do it, Shishana? I want to be just like you.
And I just worked every day.
Yeah, that's true.
And obsessed over getting better and learning from everyone else and never worrying about what, like comparing yourself to others. You always want to like pay attention.
Yeah.
But I think that's the key because a lot of people get hooked up on the fact that like, oh, I really want to be here,
right?
But I don't want to work. Sound familiar, anyone?
What the fuck does that mean?
Maybe it wasn't a job to you, but I'm sure
I work really hard.
He does. He works really hard.
But I do like nice things.
I know.
Okay.
I know you do.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because the way that we met, right?
Let's get into it.
Which is crazy because like I always answer my phone. Always. Like a crazy person. People are like I'm a cowboy with a gun. Like, boom, there's my phone. Right? As soon as it rings, I answer every call, every email. People are like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Right? So one day, Josh Painter, love you, my friends.
Josh.
We love Josh. FaceTime me.
You were eating blueberries.
I was eating blueberries. I always eat blueberries. And I answered, right? I don't know. Who would answer that call? Maybe 50-50 shot. For me, 100% chance. And Josh knew that. FaceTime me and he's like, hey, I have someone here. I want you to meet him. And it was this guy.
I'm all like, hi, my name's Robby and I would like to be a real estate agent. Would you please take me in?
And it changed our life, right? Like
Yeah.
have you ever had that one conversation where you remember it? Like it's logged in your little brain? Big brain, sorry.
The fuck is going on in this
logged in your
episode?
brain. You're like, boop. You're going to remember that. Like, I remember the moment that I met you.
Yeah.
Right? And it wasn't the same Robby that I know now.
I'm a man of many faces.
You are.
I'm like, hi, how are you?
But, like, the point of that story, I don't know why I get so passionate about this. But, like, if you're not taking advantage of every opportunity or answering every call, you're going to miss out on sometimes, like, someone that's going to add so much to your life or so
okay,
little.
Get a tissue.
He hates attention. He hates a good compliment.
I hate the praise. I'm
so
not
tell me about your childhood. Why do you hate when people tell you they like your shirt or you don't like your hair?
Because I don't think it's true. That's why. I'm like, I don't believe you, and you're just blowing smoke up my ass.
You know what it is? It's because you were raised on Mean Girl culture. So you remember the skit Mean Girls, which is like, oh my God, I love your bracelet. Where'd you get it? That's why.
Yeah.
You think they're teasing you.
Where'd you get it? Oh, it was my mom's in the 80s. Vintage.
Yeah.
So cute. That's the
ugliest
effing skirt I've ever seen.
Yeah. You think you're
No, I'm just not a like words of affirmation kind of person.
That's so funny because I'm so glad you said that. What is your love language?
Okay, the way that I give love is gifts.
Me too. I love giving gifts. Do you like getting gifts?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's not like I love giving them. Yeah. I'm not like the getting.
Like, of course, I love gifts. I mean, give me a gift. No, give me a check, mama. But like, I definitely get more enjoyment out of giving the gift. Like, I'm like, this would be perfect for you. I know you'll love it. Like, whatever. My love language, I think I love acts of service because I'm like, why would you do that for me? Like, I'm like, what do you mean you're going to like go out of your way to do this for me?
Yes.
Like, I'm just like so baffled. Mm-hmm. Or like I do like
physically. Yeah.
But only if we're like together. Like a friends, I'm like, please don't touch me. But like a partner, like I do like
physical.
Yeah.
Touch.
Yeah. I think
PDA. What's your stance on PDA?
Go for it. Suck that dick.
Really? I hate PDA.
No. Yeah.
I hate
because I'm just such like when I like love a person, like I'm very affectionate. So I'm like, just go for it.
I can't wait to see that.
I haven't been touched in years. So
if anyone wants to touch Robby, comment.
Oh God, it's like crickets. Okay, so let's see a little bit about me.
Yeah, where'd you come from?
Well, I'm still 17, so
He's lying.
I shouldn't be drinking. No, I think I have been. Let's see, the way I got into real estate's so crazy. And so, like, I look back on it and I'm like, okay, if this wouldn't have happened to this, like, it's all like a little.
Connect the dots. Yeah.
And I think I was telling you about this, like, when I was a kid, like on the weekends, looking at the newspaper, like, you know how kids would always, like, look at the cartoons? Mm-hmm. I was always looking at houses for sale.
Yeah.
So I just thought of that. I'm like, oh, I've always kind of been interested in whatever. I know
big ticket items.
Big ticket, sure.
Yeah.
I think I've always loved the idea of home, that concept of like having a place to go back to, and I've like I love that idea. So
that's so sweet.
And then I think just from like moving so much,
yeah,
that you do find a lot of value once you're able to like do it. So I think that was kind of always in there, but I always wanted to be in the entertainment industry, and so I went to school for that.
Yeah. Then you realize how hard you had to work.
Yes. And then quickly realized that shit sucks dick and not a good one. Yeah. So I went to Pepperdine.
Okay.
No, it was whatever.
How long did it take you to graduate?
4 years.
Okay. I'm 6.5 or over here.
Okay. Somebody took breaks. Talk about.
No, I didn't.
Oh, she's just in pass.
No, I did. I just like kept going. I kept changing my mind what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
what I wanted to do.
Well, I think it's kind of hard at that age to decide. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
plus, as like a single mom.
A single mom who works 2 jobs. Yeah.
No, I got a lot of grants for going to school, so I just kept.
Oh, they were like, yes, you're the perfect candidate for our school.
Yes.
So you were like, let me milk this.
Yeah. Yeah. That helped me live. I'm a survivor. Heart of a survivor.
That's Shishana. Shishana, you are Reba.
I don't know how to take that. You know what? I'll take it. Mm-hmm. And
I love Reba.
Yeah, but you know what? I get the same thing. When people say like, you look like a famous person, right? Like, oh my God, ready?
You don't look like Reba.
Right? I get this all the time. You look just like Bette Midler, and I'm like,
Who's Bette Midler?
The lady from Hocus Pocus.
Which one?
The fat redhead.
I love her.
We love her.
Okay, because she's Jewish and yeah.
But I love her. I love Bette Midler, but she's iconic. Not someone where like you don't want to look like them.
You don't look like her.
But I get that all the time. They're like, but she sings really well, and I'm like, well, I don't. But you think I look like her. So, anyways,
right.
I get that one all the time, and now I have Reba. Thank you, Robby.
Okay, you don't look like Reba, but a survivor.
Yeah. Well, you could have said Beyonce. Didn't she sing a song about Survivor? I'm a
survivor. But you're a single mom with 2 jobs. Yeah, that was beautiful.
It was. Now I got my sugar daddy. That's the next episode.
You are your own sugar daddy. You're my sugar daddy. So I went to school for film at Pepperdine, and at Pepperdine I was able to get an internship on a TV show, which was awesome, and then got exposed to that life, which was awesome. It was really fascinating, to be that young and to be able to just go right on set and see it. And I'm so glad that door opened, because I think I would have spent so many years trying to get there. To realize it's not for me. And I think in that specific industry, you need to be it needs to be a passion. It can't just be a 9-to-5 job, because it'll kill you.
Didn't you do costumes?
I did costumes.
And
I
you
did
don't
wardrobe.
Get paid to
You don't get paid a lot until you get into a union and all that stuff. And each department, you've
already checked out by then.
Yeah, and I'm you've gotta be. Your heart's in it. The people I was working with, the costumes and wardrobe, they loved the threads. They loved the fabric. They loved all of, the history of it all. And I'm
the fuck?
The fuck am I doing here? I don't know how to sew. What the fuck? Okay. And it just wasn't for me. And I was I kind of knew, and I would see all these people who were so passionate about what they did, that working 12 to 14, 15-hour days was
somebody's slave.
Yeah, was
around famous people.
Was they loved it though.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a job working in marketing, which was fine.
Yeah.
It really,
you're good at that.
It allowed me to see the corporate life, which is so fun. And I would never do it again, but so crazy that so many people live that life. 9 to 5, someone telling them, you're a little bitch and you're going to have to suck my dick for, for 3 years before you get promoted and given $5,000 raise. That shit's wild that people do that. But it was in New York so from there, and I went to New York, and I was working a job so crazy in influencer marketing.
Yeah.
If anyone's doing that, I'm so sorry.
Can you help us?
No, it's just it's rough. But in New York, it's so expensive. I need a second job. And someone that I worked with was quitting their job at a real estate company that they were doing just on the weekends. And so they were oh, I have this job that's just on the weekends. I was oh, I have my weekends free. But I'm what is it? And they're well, it's kind of administrative. You're just working at one big building and you kind of just answer phone calls. And I'm oh, I'm not the best on the phone, but whatever. I'm how much does it pay? Thinking 15, 17 bucks an hour. And he was well, it pays $34 an hour. And I'm
done.
I love real estate. It's my favorite thing.
It's my passion.
Yeah, it's my passion. I've always been interested.
Yeah.
And then when I did, I got that job. And then within a weekend, I was I could do this.
So that was in New York,
yeah, it was in
right?
New York.
And that's fun.
Yeah.
Love New York. But how the hell did you get back to
here,
where you are today?
Well, a little birdie came from China over to the United States and spread its wings.
I thought that was a bat.
Yes, a little bat.
The bat soup.
Mm-hmm, yeah. A little bat soup. So a little thing called coronavirus.
Yes.
Sprinkled itself in New York City, and that just wasn't it.
Shut it down.
Yeah. And the company I was working for, they shut it down real quick.
Yeah.
Most of their clientele was Chinese students anyway. So for them, they were hardcore, shut it down.
Sure.
And I was fuck, I can't be in New York. All my friends had left. They all went back home. I mean, it was just a mass exodus in New York. And so I was fuck. Okay.
That was God's way of bringing you to me.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, COVID. I mean, you should be thanking COVID.
I really want to go back to New York. And I'm from here, Riverside. Yeah. And so I was I can go back home, get my California license because I had my New York one. And then, what's crazy is that, so I was not with Corcoran, but I was at a company that eventually got bought by Compass, but I was going to be at Corcoran in New York. And then right when the pandemic happened, Corcoran started branching out, buying franchises, and they bought Impact.
Yeah.
And I have been doing my research, and I'm like, oh my God, if Corcoran bought this brokerage in Temecula, like I'm sure it's like legit. So then I met with Josh, and then
you have me.
And then we have a little FaceTime, and now we're here.
Now we're together.
I know.
Okay, so that's what got you into real estate, right?
Yeah.
And for me, the craziest part about real estate is like you can find so many different elements in real estate, and you can make a shit ton of money while you do it, right? So you don't need a degree to do it. You do need a license, but you don't really need anything else. But to survive in real estate, which is a whole nother episode.
That's a different episode.
You have to have that. You have to have something that's keeping you here, right? So I want to ask you, what is your favorite part about real estate?
Let's see. I think like the first thing that comes to my mind is like
first thing I want to know
is the freedom.
Okay.
That it has.
I don't feel any freedom.
I know, which is why I was like, But there is a sense of like you kind of call your own shots and you kind of run your own show. And I do love that. I feel like I've always been in environments where somebody's like been kind of holding me down and not letting me do me. Yeah. You know, keeping me kind of siloed in. Yeah.
Can you imagine Robby in a little box?
Don't put me in a fucking box. And I think I really like that where I can just do me. But I think what's really cool is that every day is different.
That's what I love. I love it. Like it could be the best thing or it could be the worst thing, but it doesn't matter because there is no way that any day is going to be the same. You have no idea. Like my phone could ring, Robby's phone could ring, your phone could ring, and the next call could be your next client. Right? That's going to buy 7 homes from you. Like
that happened to me yesterday where I was like, you know, sitting there like, oh, I don't have any clients. Boom. Hi.
Yeah.
Boom.
And next, or it could be somebody that's going to cancel the deal and that opens an opportunity for the next person. Like you have no clue. So it's an emotional roller coaster.
It is very exciting and it's not for the faint of heart.
No. And especially now they say like 30% of realtors are going to fall off.
That's going to be you.
I'm going to fall off. I'm
this whole
Proof, baby.
And you like quit real estate.
Yeah, right. No, but they say 30% of all the realtors are going to kind of phase out. Which
and I could see it.
That definitely happens in a tricky market for sure.
Yeah. It's just so this.
But those are the people that only got into it for the money. Yeah. And they don't care about anything else. Right? If you're just in it for that like last 2 years, crazy, you're going to fall on your face.
But I also think like there's a lot of, there's a lot of people where I'm like, you shouldn't be doing this job.
Oh, that's a whole nother episode.
But you know what I mean? I'm like,
what would we name that episode?
Quit your job. Just stop. Like, we know you're not loving it.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because it can.
Where'd you find them? Yeah. There's the name of it.
Where'd you find them? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what's like so exciting? I think that it's really cool to learn like where you came from because we get to see like the serious side of Robby, right? College graduate, so cute. Pepperdine of all places, beautiful.
That doesn't matter anymore.
It does. Worked on famous people's sets, being their slave. It's so beautiful.
Whatever.
You got to see Pink's boob at one point.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Okay, so there's some highlights there. You worked on Teen Wolf, American
Horror Story,
which would be so fun. Then landed in New York, smacked like the little bitch you are.
I love that.
By COVID.
Yeah. And now I'm here.
I'm your COVID mom.
Yes. You are my COVID mom.
I'm your COVID mom. Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's crazy how all those things line up, and I'm like, yeah.
And it's wild because if you're thinking in the moment and you're like, oh my God, my life is falling apart. This is so awful. Like, just wait. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen next. Like, chill out.
Right.
Because it could be really cool. Right.
Yeah. Or take that opportunity that came up that you're like, should I get a weekend job doing this stupid thing? Maybe.
Sure. Say yes to everything.
Yeah, just try it out. What's the worst that can happen? You try it and you're like, I fucking hated that industry.
I honestly think that that's why I've seen such success because I've never said no to an opportunity.
You are
Josh Painter, you can attest to that. Right? You want to go
She'll do anything once.
You want to show that $80,000 mobile home to somebody that's never going to get pre-qualified.
That crackhead down the street.
Yeah. That literally has a meth pipe in their pocket, right? That's a true story. I'll go. Absolutely. And guess what? I'll sell them 2 houses. Maybe not that year
right?
Because they're not ready. But you never say no to an opportunity because you don't know what that's going to lead to. And that's why that's how I've built my entire business is by saying yes.
Yeah. Well, you just
yes. You want to go? Yes. You want to go? Yes.
Why not?
Yes.
Just go for it.
When I say house, I'm not pre-approved. I have no intention of buying. That's okay. I'll meet you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who cares?
Let's go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my passion.
So there's no skinny and spicy for this, but maybe the skinny could be
what I want to be.
No, the skinny could be just saying
say yes. Say yes because you have no idea. The skinny of this episode is that in a very short amount of time, both of us have seen a very great success, but it didn't happen overnight. And it didn't happen by saying no to opportunities because gas prices were too high, because we didn't feel like going that day, right? Yes to every single opportunity and work your ass off because you never know what's going to happen next. That's my biggest takeaway from this. What's your spicy?
The spicy would be
have a baby at 15.
Don't have a baby at 15. Don't become a bartender before you're 21. No. I think the spicy is take everything in your life and apply it to whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. I think for me, why I've been successful is because I've had experience in other things. And yeah, it just helps you. Just because you're doing something completely different.
Say yes.
Say yes and take what you've learned and applied it and keep going.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
It's beautiful. I can't believe you said I look like Reba.
You don't look like Reba. You're a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops. With gentle hands.
Thank you for watching another episode of Skinny and Spicy. We hoped you learned something.
And if not, we hope you had a really good time.
And we want to hear from you, so don't forget to give us a like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe.